Ba-doobie-doo.
Hello everybody and Merry Cakemas! I'm your host Renee Ariel and today we're joined by
LesDoMakeup here.
I am so excited because we are doing some cake decorating with all products from SHEIN. Leslie, what are we making today?
We are going to be making a wreath with, like you said, using SHEIN. I love cake decorating, I love SHEIN, so I'm excited to get into this.
Me too.
You can hold me tight.
Okay Leslie, how do we get started?
So step one, of course, bake your cake.
Yep.
We already went ahead and crumb coat it. So a crumb coat basically will just seal all the crumbs. That way you have this nice base. I normally like to crumb coat a couple of hours before we get into the actual coating of the cake.
First of all, this is like a multi-tier cake?
Yes, we have 4 tiers right here. Actually, half is vanilla, half is chocolate. That way you get the best of both worlds with every slice. We have buttercream, red buttercream, and yeah, I think we're ready to get into the fun part, which is, to me, cake decorating.
I know, 100%. I'm so excited. We have all these like fancy little tools around. I can't wait to even start with step one. Where do you begin with a cake like this?
So once we have the crumb coat, I want to go ahead and frost the cake. This one is going to be a red cake. Initially, I was debating if to do a white base, but I was like, it's Christmas. Let's spice it up. Let's make it red.
Make her bold.
There's different techniques for frosting a cake. This is one of my favorites. I have like 2 or 3 depending on my mood, but I like to put a big tip, which is of course from SHEIN, right here with my frosting, my piping bag, and it's like a little cheat code when it comes to cake frosting.
And you just go around town.
And then you just want to do a layer all around.
So this part you don't need to be like fancy clean with, you kind of just get it all around.
Yeah,
the edges.
for an even layer. I feel like if you're kind of new to cake decorating, I definitely recommend this method because it kind of does the work for you.
Yeah.
To get it, to just have a nice even layer all around.
If you weren't here, this would probably be my end result. This is where
it's like the finished product for you.
100%.
And then I just like to lop on top all the excess.
Yeah.
Cake decorating also can get a little messy, but we're here for it, right?
Yeah, 100%. Let's do it. Oh.
There we go.
So a good glob on there.
Yes, that's how I like to do it. And then we're gonna grab our spatula, this one right here. Or actually the scraper. I like to go with this scraper. You were asking me right now, what is that?
Yeah, what?
This is actually a scraper, which I love to use to frost my cakes. Oh. And this is so therapeutic to me. I feel like every time I have somebody in the kitchen while I'm doing cakes, they're like, that looks really fun.
Yeah, I could just watch this. This would be like my nighttime routine, just watching a video of this.
No, this is literally my nighttime routine.
I
would just like lay in bed and my For You page is all about cake decorating. So yeah, I mean, I feel like practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
I just like to smooth around till I like my end result. And we're using this Lazy Susan turntable to turn our cake, also from SHEIN. I literally found so much stuff on SHEIN to cake decorate, which was great.
Yeah, I had no idea we had all this stuff. I feel like I need to be adding this to cart for the holidays.
That was me. I was like adding everything to cart. So from the scraper to the cake board to the turntable, you can find a lot of stuff. So I have excess frosting, which is fine. We're gonna just scrape it.
Yeah, save it for later for a snack. I like that it has a little grippy thing on it to make it easier.
Yes, this is my favorite. There's like so many tools when it comes to cake decorating that it's like very preference.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick like my absolute favorite, it would probably be the metal scraper.
Love it. And how long have you been decorating cakes?
Since I could remember. Literally, I just feel like it's always been something that has interested me so much.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back and forth with these two. I remember taking a little baking class when I was like 13 years old. Aww. I was doing the math, I'm like, that was over 15 years ago, which is crazy. And since then, that was the only class I took. Everything else is, I guess, pretty self-taught.
Yeah.
There's so many like videos and just tools out there.
I'm just watching in awe. I really like your movement. So this is kind of how you just spread it, your little figure eight.
Yes, I feel like this is therapeutic to watch, like we were saying. And the more you practice it, like the easier it gets, because back in the day when I was a young girl, it would take me hours to like even just frost a cake. But I've definitely gotten the hang of it more. So if it's your first time frosting a cake and it does not look like this or it's taking you so long, it's definitely normal. Okay, this is my favorite last step, just like a big, quick turn to get it all smooth. I lied, this is actually my favorite step. So with this scraper, you want to, I like to call it lick the edge with the scraper.
Yeah, lick the edge.
We do
oh, whoa.
this. And that's what gives it like the sharp edges.
I would have never known to do that to make that happen. That my brain does not compute in that way. I'm so in
You're
awe.
like, that's how that happens.
Yeah.
And then we just do this right here.
Whoa.
I tend to want it all like extremely smooth,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know if it's like a good or bad thing, because sometimes it will take me at least an hour just trying to make it like super smooth. But I think I'm happy with how it looks, nice and smooth. I'll also use the same scraper to kind of scrape any excess frosting on the side, and take a couple of minutes with a napkin to just kind of clean our board.
I love the perfectionist baker in you. This is incredible. And it's gonna make for such a pretty cake.
Okay, let's clean this up. Well, okay, board is clean and we're ready for the next step.
I love it. What is this next step?
Okay, we're gonna drip some chocolate all around, and just, you can never go wrong with some dripping chocolate. So we have our melted white chocolate, and we're just going to drip this. The fridge was also, I mean, not the fridge, the cake was also in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes. That way we can get a nice consistency. The buttercream hardens up a little bit, and we have our chocolate.
Oh, and then you just go in there.
Yep, and then you just go ahead and drip all around. And the beauty about chocolate, melted chocolate, is that it's going to take its own course path. So I like to just let it slide on its own, basically. So that's it for our chocolate. Now for the fun part, we are going to get into piping some borders. So if you guys take a closer look, down here there's a little bit of mishaps, and I was like debating if to spend another 10 minutes smoothing that out, but I'm like, Les, it's going to get covered. So do not stress it if you know it's going to get covered. Now let's get into the piping, which is going to bring this wreath cake to life and to make it look like a wreath. We are going to use this right here, which I love because it's like a set. You get everything in it, the piping bags, you get the tips, basically everything that you need to pipe on a cake.
And this all comes together.
All comes together. I love it. It's like a great starter kit.
Yeah. Oh, this is a scraper?
The scrape, yeah, there we go.
Did you hear my like uncertainty as I finished the question?
You're like, should I take that back?
I'm learning.
It comes with the scraper, this which is for flowers, basically just anything you need, and with the case, which I love. That way you can like store it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna grab a piping bag from here.
How did you know that was a piping bag and that wasn't?
They're both piping bags. This one is just different material. So this one you can toss it away. This one is, you can wash it and reuse it. I hate washing dishes. So I'm like, give me the ones I can just toss away because I'm not about to
I love it.
wash all of our, all the piping bags. So we're gonna open this up. Okay, so we're gonna grab our piping bag.
What?
And then we're gonna use, for the bottom, I wanna use a tip like this. These also come in a set. How cool is that? So you get all these tips in one.
And you can just envision.
And that holds your tip.
What?
I know. That's so cool, right? So you can just pop like all the tips.
Oh my god.
And then I wanna use a really big one at the top. So we're gonna use this one for the top.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we have our green buttercream right here. This is like the perfect Christmas green too. And now with this setup we have here, I'm gonna grab my spatula and pop the frosting in here.
Wait, that's such a cute little spatula.
This is like really woke actually, because sometimes filling up my piping bags, I have a whole mess in my kitchen. So this is like the whole setup, and then you get to lay out your tips all around. I'm gonna grab another bag, and this one we're gonna dress it for the tip. Or actually, you know what, let's just go for it. I'm gonna grab my tip,
just going in.
pop it in the bag. It's like a lot of little steps when it comes to piping.
No, and then you just cut it, and then it's...
You want to cut a little hole at the top. That way your tip pops out. And now this is all of your frosting. So let's cut this up. Are you following along?
Yo, yeah, yeah, 100%.
I know this goes in here.
Okay, so you double bag.
Yep, and that's the tip we're gonna use. Actually,
Not me being so amazed by every step.
and that's how you cake decorate.
I love it.
So you move this to the side, and that's how you fill up your bag. So this is actually one of my favorite parts of cake decorating, piping. I just find it like so therapeutic. So we're gonna use this tip and give it a nice pipe on the edge.
How are you doing it so perfectly? Are you counting in your head?
15 plus years, girl. I'm just kidding. No, it really does take practice. At first, they weren't as even, but it's all in the pressure that you're giving the bag. So as long as you pressure the same for every single one, it should work out for you.
And then you just...
Last one right there. And there you have it. Okay, let's add the top. So for the top, I want for it to look like a wreath. So we're gonna use our piping bag again. Pop this one in here. You wanna cut the top. As long as all of the edges are outside the bag, then you know you're gonna get the design you want.
Okay.
And now this right here is going inside now. And now we changed our tip. But now that we have this going on, we're going to swirl it at the top. And I want for these to be big, fluffy, very much like a wreath.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some big ones, almost like roses.
Whoa.
And just swirl this around.
Would you say it's more intimidating to do the bigger swirls or the smaller swirls?
Neither one, girl. Just kidding. Honestly, I feel like the big ones because I don't really work with like the really big ones, and these little ones, I do them quite a lot. I feel like almost all of the cakes I do have the bottom piping.
Yeah.
And these I have not done. These are called like roses in a while.
Oh.
So
yeah, they're
if
big.
one looks a little wonky, don't look too close.
No wreath is perfect.
Once we add all the little props and knickknacks to the top, it's gonna really bring it to life. But we're gonna wrap up this last one. Doesn't it look like a wreath already?
Yes.
Am I crazy to replace this one? No, I'm not. Okay, we're gonna grab this little tool right here. This is the one that did the blowout, so let's pop it out.
Oh, and then you can just...
Yeah, they don't gotta know, unless they're watching. Yeah, because I feel like we can just cover it right back up.
Is that why it's also easier to put it in the fridge for a few minutes so the underneath is easier for mistakes
And I mean,
stuff?
we're gonna replace it right after, so it's easy to just do that. I like this.
That was gorgeous.
Okay, the fun part. Let's get into making it look like a wreath. We have all of these really cool things right here. I also love this for if you want to do it with your kids, your students. That way they can do all the fun part, which is adding the sprinkles to the top. So everything here is edible. Also from SHEIN.
All of the sprinkles are from SHEIN?
Yeah, I was quite shocked. Like, they truly have it all. I got some silver ones, some gold ones, and then these really fun sprinkles. So do you want to go ahead and help?
Oh, I'm so scared. Can I see what you start with?
I feel like...
Where do you go?
I feel like you've got it.
There's nothing that you can do wrong?
Yeah, you can't go wrong. I'll go ahead and do the gold.
Yeah, get in there. Okay.
And then we can just like pop them around.
I love, oh, you're just, easy peasy. Oh, it's so nice.
Like you really can't go wrong. Such a cute activity.
It actually looks so beautiful. It is, especially when someone makes the beautiful cake first.
Okay, I like that.
We're done.
I don't need to have you put them
we're
down.
done.
I'm like, wait, I think that's
knew
perfect.
that too.
And then to make it Christmassy, we're gonna add these sprinkles.
Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I would have added too much.
Way too many.
And I'm really seeing the vision as she's doing it.
You have to keep it simple.
A little goes a long way.
Just a tiny bit. And then they even had this. So this is also edible. It is gold flakes, edible. So you just want to pop these on top.
Oh my God, wait, that looks so good.
Actually, I was like, we need a brush. We have the brushes.
A little brush set. Oh, these are so cute.
Use.
Looks like a little paw.
So these actually all come in a set. These paint brushes, but I actually like to use them for cake decorating. Oh. And with a tiny bit of water.
You just like it's water paint.
Just wet the brush a little bit. That way it helps you like pick it up and set it on the cake. Okay, wait, these are, I thought we needed water, but these are actually pretty strong flakes. I've had some flakes that just kind of like blow everywhere.
Not ours.
Not over here. But I feel like these are working.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely working. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
That looks bougie. I like
it.
it.
Wow.
I love it. Okay, I think that's good. We're gonna move this out the way. And we have to add a bow. Oh, how could I forget? We have to add.
What's that?
We have this right here. It says Merry Christmas. So it comes with the little Christmas tree, the reindeer, the snowflake.
Oh, cute.
We're gonna pop this out and set it right on top of the cake. Yep. I love it. So everything is edible minus the Merry Christmas, which is very common in a cake. You just take that right out, or you let your guests know to not eat that. It's plastic. They won't be able to chew it anyways. But not to get into detail. So there you have it. We're gonna go ahead and place a bow on top, which we have pre-made right here. fondant, you do have to let it lay overnight. So we pre-made this cute little bow to pop on top right here.
No.
Yay!
Are you kidding me
Open
right
this
now?
up a little bit. We want Merry Christmas to show, so what if we just snap the bow a little bit?
Do it. I trust you.
Here we go. Yep.
She knew.
How will they know?
How would they know?
Nobody gotta know.
No one's gonna know.
How cute is that?
Leslie, stop it right now. This is
$10
insane.
and it's all yours.
Oh,
I love
love
it.
it.
I
No,
love how it
listen.
came out.
I need this. Just so you know, my birthday is July 15th, in case you're inspired to make a cake.
Message me, girl. I got you. I love it.
This is gorgeous.
This wraps up our wreath cake. I feel like the bow just tied it, made it look like a wreath.
Yeah.
And I'm like ready to stick my face in here.
I am so in awe. This came out so good, so beautiful. I can't believe we did this here on set.
I love it. It's screaming Christmas, holiday, and I can't wait to eat it.
I also can't wait to eat it. Leslie, where can everyone continue to follow you and your cake adventures?
You guys can follow me as LesDoMakeup on all my socials. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Cakemas episode, everything SHEIN, and this really cute festive holiday cake.
Yes, shop all of our cake gear on SHEIN, you guys. This is all available. But happy holidays and Merry Cakemas.
Bye.
On